Some of the greatest financial mysteries don't come from Wall Street or ancient empires. They come from hidden vaults, whispered conspiracies, and the spoils of war. And few are as enduring or as potentially world-shaking as the story of Yamashita's gold. According to legend, as the Japanese Empire faced defeat at the end of World War II, it hid vast amounts of treasure plundered from across Asia. Jewels, priceless art. Some say it's the largest hidden hoard in history, far greater than anything Rome, Spain, or even Nazi Germany ever concealed. But where did it go? Was it even real? Or was it one of the greatest myths of economic history, used as a weapon in a different kind of war? One fought with money and power. To understand Yamashita's gold, we need to step back to the 1930s and 40s. By 1942, Japan controlled huge swaths of Asia. And as it expanded, it plundered. This wasn't small-scale looting. It was industrialized theft, organized through a secret operation known as the Golden Lily, run under the authority of the imperial family itself. They siphoned off unimaginable wealth, gold bars from Chinese banks, religious relics from temples, entire treasuries from conquered nations. Rather than shipping it all back to Japan, much of it was hidden closer to the front lines, especially in the Philippines, to fund a potential comeback. Enter General Tomoyuki Yamashita, the Tiger of Malaya. In 1944, he was tasked with defending the Philippines and, according to legend, became the custodian of the treasure. Dozens of tunnels and caves were supposedly packed with loot gold bars stacked like bricks, crates of jewels, and priceless art. To keep this secret, the laborers and soldiers who helped bury it were allegedly sealed inside the tunnels. But here's where history blurs into mystery. In 1945, Yamashita surrendered and was later executed for war crimes. The question remained: what happened to the treasure? Some believe U.S. intelligence secretly recovered the gold and funneled it into covert black gold funds to influence global politics during the Cold War. Others believe caches still lie hidden beneath Philippine soil. The story gained international attention in the 1970s when a Filipino treasure hunter, Rogelio Roxas, claimed to have found a golden Buddha statue filled with diamonds. He was later arrested and imprisoned by Ferdinand Marcos's regime, the same Marcos who, according to many, enriched himself by secretly recovering parts of the treasure. Decades later, a U.S. court acknowledged Roxas had indeed found treasure and awarded him damages. Declassified documents suggest a covert U.S. operation led by General Edward Lansdale did recover billions in gold from Japanese stockpiles, according to some accounts. These funds were funneled into secret trusts used by the CIA to finance anti-communist operations across the globe. If true, Yamashita's gold wasn't just a myth, it became a hidden pillar of post-war geopolitics, reshaping financial power in ways the public never knew. The story gets even more intriguing with Ferdinand Marcos, ruling the Philippines from 1965 to 1986. He was rumored to have amassed between $5 and $10 billion of fortune many believe was built on Yamashita's gold. His widow Imelda later hinted that the family knew more than they admitted, suggesting wealth beyond imagining had been recovered. Meanwhile, ordinary Filipinos saw none of it, suffering through dictatorship and economic stagnation. Skeptics argue the story is blown out of proportion. They point to a lack of reliable documentation and contradictory eyewitness accounts, suggesting it as a convenient myth for politicians and treasure hunters. And yet, the fact that so many powerful figures have been tied to it speaks volumes about how money and power operate in the shadows. Whether real bullion or just a cover story, the effect was the same. Elites maneuvered behind a curtain of secrecy, while ordinary citizens were left in the dark. This is where the story becomes painfully relevant today. Governments still operate with hidden funds. Central banks still manipulate reserves in ways we don't understand. Think about modern financial systems. The U.S. officially claims over 8,000 tons of gold, but very few independent audits are ever conducted. We're just asked to trust it's all there. History reminds us trust is not a guarantee. When financial crises hit, we see governments unleash modern versions of hidden treasure chests, bailouts, quantitative easing, special funds. These are used to stabilize systems that ultimately protect elites while ordinary savers watch inflation erode their purchasing power. Yamashita's gold is just a tale of war looted. That's a metaphor for how money is always hidden, redirected, and manipulated in times of crisis. The story reveals that wealth is always concentrated, often hidden, and rarely used to benefit the masses. For ordinary people, financial freedom requires skepticism and education. Believing the system will always protect you is the surest path to being crushed by it. The legend of Yamashita's gold is more than a treasure hunt. It is a reminder that history is full of secret sand. Those secrets shape the world we live in. Whether it's a golden Buddha filled with diamonds, a vault in Fort Knox, or a digital ledger at a central bank, the question is always the same. Who controls the treasure, and who gets left behind? If this gave you a new perspective, hit subscribe. History has the answers. I'll show you where to look.